Alright, let's get started with episode 2 on why you cannot win as a buyer or a seller on local auctions because of people like him. His name is Forrest. He works for local auctions. He has access to all the fake bidder numbers, and of course, he has access to all of your bids and your maximum bids that you place on local auctions. Why would you trust a company that has a guy that works for the company, runs a business doing auctions with 100% administrative access to everything that goes on behind the scenes? Here I'm going to show you guys all of these sellers who once believed in local auctions and now cannot be seen at all. Look at all of these businesses. None of these are running auctions. Half of them are shut down, and they're still showing them on the website as active sellers. Oh look, there's AWD where I started, July 2025. Notice on 10 Steels Glendale and 10 Steels Phoenix, ain't even there. They completely deleted my account. And why didn't they delete everybody else if they're not even selling on their website? I'll leave it up to you guys. Alright, let's go get started with Go Damn It. Alright, so this is an auction that they're running. I want to point out a few obvious things, okay? Here we go. Alright, a few days ago he ran an auction for perfumes and watches, and notice how this perfume got $20.01. I sold the same exact ones for $89 to the customer from hell. And because he has access to everybody's bids, he sold it for more than what Sense Club is selling it for. How the hell did I get $89? And not only that, I got a customer from hell who I'll tell you guys later about. I'll actually show you a video. Alright, here we go, Tide. $25. Keep in mind there's a... You still gotta add 15% fee on top of that price and sales tax. So people are ending up spending more than Sense Club. So I was wondering, how is it that Forrest gets people to pay more than retail on all his products? Well, you gotta ask yourself that question, right? Of course, he works for local auctions. He can manipulate everything. I'm going to give you guys a few more examples here. You guys can take a look. This is public information. You guys can research for yourself. This is just me giving you guys the details. Here I'm doing some math. $15 times 15% plus your sales tax. I messed up there. I'll redo the math again. It's 9.1 give or take, so about $18.81. Did not save you any money. Here's some soap that you can go on out and buy right now without having to deal with buying open box products. See, I saw that stuff for $3-4 because I don't manipulate that product. This one here I sell for like $2 to $3. If you guys ever bought from Intense Steels, you guys can vouch for me. It's $6 at AutoZone. Why? Why is anybody paying 10 plus fees? Because it's from Forrest. Alright, here's a perfume I sold last year for $12, $76 retail, guys. I'm telling you, I was always taking care of you guys. But then again, I always got screwed over. Here's a text from local auctions and me, where a guy literally was bidding hundreds and hundreds of dollars on all the perfumes, driving up the bids. Local auctions didn't care. They let the guy come back the following auction and bid again on all my perfumes, driving up prices, because every time prices go up, you guys lose, right? You know, our local auctions makes more money. They charge 15%, so the higher the bids go, the more money they make. If you're thinking of selling on local auctions, be prepared to deal with a lot of theft. Here's this guy right here who came in, got in line, and in front of like 10, 15 people, stole a set of swords in front of everybody, and guess what? Nobody said a word. Watch the guy walk out with the swords. Yeah, so much for me, right? It's like, yep, they're stealing from an air. Let him grab whatever he wants. Alright, here's a message between Forrest and I where I'm asking for my reports and full access to the website because I wanted to show you guys how shady this company is, but they pulled my access. So I'll show you guys in a second. All right, here we go. Alani, this is from one of my auctions, sold for $3. This team's going for $40, $50, $60 online. All right, but then again, Forrest gets 20, 25 bucks for the same exact stuff. Stop with the bullshit excuses, Forrest. You know what you're doing. Yeah, I got $3 for that. So each one individually for $3. I sold 24 pack for $3. All right, and whoever bought this, he's a really good friend of mine. I consider him a friend, cool dude. But hey, there's a reason why you got it for $3 from me, because I don't manipulate your stuff. All right, here we go. I had a lady sign blacklisted a couple days ago. Again, if you're a seller on local auctions, I highly suggest you stop selling through there, or don't even consider them, because this is what's going to happen. You're going to have people buy a bunch of stuff, raise the prices on a lot of stuff, come into the store and demand that everything's brand new. So when I said no, she's like, all right, I'll leave half the stuff and I'll take the stuff that I got for $1. I said, no, thank you. Here's an email. Verify what I just said. I said, you're not going to pick and choose. And yeah, I told her, you know, and she can't come in and just pick whatever she wants after she outbid you guys on a bunch of other stuff. I said, you guys, if you're a buyer on the website. Up next is what the dashboard looks like if you're a seller on local auctions. Here we go, administrative dashboard. Forrest has complete access to that, 100%. Like I said earlier, he knows what you guys are thinking. He knows what your maximum bid is. He knows everything there is to know about you. He even knows where you live. Local auctions blamed this lady. Says she complained about me and that's why they banned me, which is a bunch of bullshit, because a week before this, I got a phone call about a customer complaint who had nothing to do with local auctions at all. I'll tell you guys about this person in another video, but they made an excuse. The reality is, a week before I told Desiree, who's also a rep for local auctions, that, hey, you know what? This is the least of you guys' concern about this customer. You guys should be worried about all the information I got on you guys. There's a ton of stuff that's going on behind the scenes that I know about. And of course, a week later, I got banned. So yeah, your customer from hell, literally, she drove away, had her son remove the license plate off the truck. Why would a good customer remove the license plate before they drive away? I'll tell you guys why, because I asked him to leave multiple times, told him I'd call the police if they didn't get out. They are obviously not good customers. This is the kind of customers that local auction sends me all the time, where they don't pay anybody. There's relisting fees after relisting fees, refunds. I mean, these people are expecting shit for free, seriously. She's the one that bought a perfume for like $8. She bought multiple ones, $8 and $9. And the same one Forrest sold for $20-something more than retail. And she complained because it was only $30 at Walmart. And she was upset because she only paid me $8. But then again, you know, people go to Forrest and pay 20 and they're not complaining, right? But yeah, Forrest banned me because of her, supposedly. But Forrest knows. He knows that I was a thief. Porque está diciendo que 30 latino aquí todavía no suficiente para ti. Así no se hace. Bueno, entonces, ¿qué quieres que te lo regale? Un negocio. ¿Quieres que se lo regale gratis? Yep, they're not happy because they didn't save a bunch of money. Our next video I'm going to talk about is Forrest Investments. This is probably one of the worst companies I've ever seen in my life. I literally had it listen to horror stories from customers or local auctions about these guys literally every single day. Here I'm showing you guys how convenient their pickup hours are from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. usually while you guys are at work, right? And don't even think about going on your lunch break, because if you go on your lunch break, you're probably gonna get fired from your job for having to wait 1, 2, 3 hours. I actually had one customer once tell me they waited 5 hours to get loaded at Forrest Investments. By the end, I'm going to do a whole video episode on Forrest Investments, because if you're thinking of selling on local auctions, forget it. You're not going to compete with these guys, all right? They get away with murder, basically. All right, that's one of all the reasons why I believe I got banned from local auctions, because I complained a lot. I wanted it to be a fair playing field for every seller and buyer. I knew what was happening. I didn't like what was happening. Believe me, guys, I'm on your side. I always wanted it to be fair. These guys don't play by the rules. They got a ton of one-stars. Guys, this business has a 2.6 rating. All right. There's another place that's got like a 1-point-something rating, and they're allowed to sell local auctions, no problem. But hey, I get one customer who complains about paying $8 for a perfume and I get banned because of that. Come on, guys. Are you really gonna believe that?